Here we are, Falcon Hill buggy run. Only got one of the buggies out. Still waiting on two parts in the mail for the other buggy. We got going up that 2 sideways. Bring that front end over. There we go. That's the line we wanted. Get on the other side and see what's going on here. Alright, moved over here to the front. Let's see what we can wiggle in here. Try to give it a little throttle blip without losing our hook. Get the hook on that. There we go. That's gonna pull us through there. That's gonna pull us through. Ooh. Nice. Nice and controlled. Gotta love those Fusion SEs. I know a lot of you guys like the Fusion Pros. I just run the Fusion SE. It's enough. Keep it balanced. Losing it in the rear. There we go. Nice. Fairly clean run. There we go. Nice. Let's move on to the next obstacle. Alright, here we go on the next obstacle. There's a lot of wheeling on here on Falcon Hill, a lot of in-betweens. This video would be quite lengthy if I recorded everything, so we're just going to go in between these obstacles here. We're getting spit out. There we go. Trying to have a decent approach into this crack. And lose it. Hold on. Back up in there. There we go. Woo. Alright, this is where the battle begins. So This is a gnarly line I've never done before. I just did it off camera. I thought I should be able to get it on camera. So we gotta use a little bit of suck down. Keep that front end down. Okay, a little too much on the throttle. Come on. Of course they want to do it off camera. Oh. I never want to do it on camera again. It's a little trickier because we just had a rain last night. We got a little mud. Not much though. There it is. There it is. Oh yeah. That one will fight you. You gotta definitely work for that one. This terrain here on Falcon Hill is pretty good. I like it. This is my favorite spot for buggies. Go ahead and let out our suck down winch there. Alright. That was a nice clean ride. I was able to save her at the bottom when we almost toppled it. So move on to the next one. Yeah, buddy. Alright. Here we go into the next one. This line's pretty tricky. See if we can get the hook on it. There's the hook. Man, that little wheelbase stretch really helps on that obstacle. Stock wheelbase, I could struggle to get the hook on it. Skid plate a little bit. Yeah, that line was definitely easier with we used the Muse high clearance links, and we only stretched it about 3/8 to ½ inch. But that made a huge difference. So we'll go run to the other side, give you guys a shot of that. Alright, here's the other side of that. This is a really fun, cool line. You get to just, it's like a whole crack through here. You gotta turn the corner, stay balanced. It's really cool. Fun, buggy stuff. This is another fun one right here. There's two different sides you can take. I am gonna take the easy side just because everything's wet and muddy right now. I would normally try to take the ledgy side on the left-hand side, but let's try to get off this. There we go. It's gonna be a challenge enough with how wet it is. So. Right here is where we could either go straight or go to the right. I consider the right a bypass. We're not gonna take the bypass. We're gonna come down straight over here. I'll give you guys a shot coming down. Just a second. And all right, let's move to the front. All right. Nice little canyon. Come drop down, splitting it. I was watching my rear so much I forgot about my front. Just a little throttle. This is a fun one. This one is another one that has changed quite a bit. Like I said, this is a little mountain in a neighborhood. You get, you know, hikers, teenagers coming up here hanging out, messing around, all the other crawlers that move stuff. So there we go. Got her to settle down. Get the little tippy. Use the suck down. There we go. Oh, still? Okay. Get the hook right there. There we go. Front's caught up. There we go. Nice. All right, from this point, I'm gonna go to the other side because this is a fun shot to get from the front. maybe went a little too high on that. Oh, there we go. Bush hanging on. Alright, let me get, we'll begin. I'm going to be coming right up here. Normally I would be doing the filming, but my lovely wife, she wanted to do the filming for me today. All right, let's see how we do on this one. This one's a good tough line. Gotta hang it high, keep the pinch on it. Ooh, a little too high. Oh, we lost it in the rear. Alright, like I said, this one's really tough. Let go of my sidewall. These Mickey Thompsons, man, they're nice and grippy. That's why I like them. And for a directional tire, I still run them both ways. Get even wear. I know there's going to be people that talk bad about that, but it's not a real vehicle. It doesn't hurt to run these directional the other direction. Now this is where it gets fun, keeping the gap in this crack right here, because you got to make a whole corner in this crack. Right about here, we got to start thinking about getting, use our suck down winch just a little bit. No, not too much. Right about there. Help float that across right there. Look at that. We dropped in just a little bit before we touched. That's okay. This is where it's going to get tricky with our rear. Yep, they fall in. You take them up that side. Fun line right here. A little bound up. Woo! Chunk of rock flying. Mickey Thompsons, man. And honestly, these EcoPower WP 250Ts, I think they are. That's my steering servos that I use. They're quite strong enough. They're, what I like to say, they're strong enough to get the job done without, without breaking shit. Oh no. See if we can use some dig. Save the day. No. Right here. There we go. Got her in a nice bind. See? Man, such a cool, fun line. Right here, we might use a little dig, see if we can get a pull. There we go. Oh, see, we have a little pickup there. Trying to get a bite. Oh, there it is. There. Oh, nope. We got bindage in the back too. There's the pull. That's what I was looking for. Got to get the bind without breaking an axle housing or something. All right. All right. On to the next. The Capra's just a hardline killer, you know. Not as capable as some of these LCG rigs that some people build, but as far as buggy wise, I definitely like it without going to a metal cage, getting too much weight. This thing's pretty lightweight. Definitely hit this in a way that I haven't normally really hit it. That was pretty cool. Now our rear steer is working against us, washing our front end the other way. We got this gap we gotta get across. Oh, we got our front track. I'm gonna do this. Alright, she'll gap it. Alright, getting towards the end of the trail, we're at the top of the mountain. But at the top of the mountain, there's this huge rock with all sorts of formations. Cool, bunch of cool lines to crawl on. balance that front end again. Balance the rear. Alright. Yeah, she just pivots right around on that, catches the hook. Real nice. Real nice. Now we take it across here. Woo. So there's kind of two different options here. I usually do the rougher one with more risk. There's this line, you come up through here, come through that crack, or you just come straight through, you come up over through that crack right there, and then you have the risk of tipping and falling in this big ledge, and it just goes down, down, down. So I usually take the riskier line, but to be honest, I've never taken that other line, so let's see what we can make happen. Stuck on our front diff. Still stuck on our front diff. There we go. Woo. Right here we need some dig. We're losing it in the front. There we go. That was a pretty cool wrap around too. Oh yeah. Yeah, this formation, really cool. Really like that. All the buggy lines. Like I said, Falcon Hill is my favorite favorite place to take buggies. I will be taking these buggies on some actual off-road trails here soon. Right here is where we get to the drop off. Should be able to do this without dig. sidewalls get all the use. I think I use more of the sidewall than I do the actual center of the tread. That's just how it is when you do buggy stuff. Just wiggle our steering. Woo! She still hung on, look at that. I have to do a little throttle bit. Nope, no throttle bit. That was cool. Alright. This one's a fun one. Pretty easy, but fun. Once you split it right. Once you get up in it, it's pretty easy to stay in it. Just a little wiggle, help get through that one.